Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, and it is a brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer? And joining me today is somebody that is really talented. They have done two collabs with me now, a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure collab and a My Hero Academia collab, and that is cosplayer Mo.withnonosuke. I said it right, correct?
Yes,
Awesome. Hey, Mo, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Hey, that is awesome to hear. When I hear that somebody is doing good, then that means that the interview is going to be good, and that's what I love. So, before we get into today's interview, everybody that's watching, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And as D always says, podcast link down below in the description. Like, follow, subscribe. So, Mo, before we get into today's interview, I got to ask you this too. How many times have people messed up your cosplay name? I gotta know this because it's like, your boy. I was just like, I'm gonna say it right, but I just want to make sure. But I just tell everybody that's watching right now. Hey, tell them to put some respect in your name, like Birdman told the Breakfast Club.
I think it's because the N's are supposed to be M's. So wait, there's like a whole story behind it.
Oh, go ahead. We got time. Go ahead.
So there's a character from One Piece named Momonosuke, and I go by Mo. So at the time, I did not have a Yamato cosplay, so it was just Mo with no Nosuke.
I love that. And that's really cool. And as somebody that is, trying to get back into One Piece, like I'm only on episode 80. I got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
But like I will say that I'm enjoying it so far where it's at right now. Like I know who characters are, I know the characters that die and whatnot, but I'm just excited for the ride. So, now because I do want to talk some more about One Piece, the first question that I always ask before we get through the name stuff is, what is your origin story? Every hero or villain has one. So tell everybody who you are.
Well, I'm Mo, and I got into cosplay a little bit, like, because I like dressing up for Halloween. So I just thought that it would be cool to just like be creative and do like different looks or like your own character and stuff like that. And I always used to see people go to New York Comic Con too. And I'm like, I want to go.
That's awesome. So, Halloween was your gateway into it and whatnot, and you went to New York Comic Con. So, like, how was that experience when you went to your first con?
Well, see, New York Comic Con was my like fourth.
Okay, all right. Well, excuse me. Let's take it back.
So my very first con was Anime NYC in
Nice.
2021, I think.
And how was that experience?
I loved it. I was just like, my favorite characters are everywhere.
It's like being a kid on Christmas and waking up and seeing a bunch of gifts. And that's one of the things that I love about, going to conventions and cosplaying and whatnot. So, like, how was it when you went to a convention for the first time in costume? Like, how was that experience for you?
It was good. A couple people ran up to me for pictures and stuff, and I was like, what?
Yeah, man, like it's always a good feeling. And especially, like, I always say this, like, little kids are like the biggest, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they're the biggest believers when they see you in a cosplay, because it's just like seeing Santa Claus, it's just like they want you to do the poses and do the attacks. When I went to MegaCon a couple weeks ago, there was this kid that had came up to me because I was cosplaying as Rengoku, and I was doing the poses and whatnot. I was like, hey man, if we're gonna do this, we got to do it right. And he had the sword too, and we were doing the poses and we were doing all the attacks and whatnot. And I remember the last thing that he said to me before he left, he was just like, I really wish that you didn't die. And I was just like, I didn't die, because if I did, I wouldn't be here with you right now. And he was like, man, he said, that's right. So I just always love stuff like that. So I want to ask you, like, what have been some of your favorite moments from going to cons?
Mostly meeting like mutuals. It's like, you're real. And just like, yeah, meeting like new people besides mutuals and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, do you have any cool stories from when you met any of your mutuals?
Trying to think. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Recently at Anime NYC last year, I like spotted. Do you know how people post their lineups?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I looked, like I saw the lineup on Instagram, and then like I noticed like someone standing like in a corner, and then I was like, wait, that's my mutual. So I like ran up to them and I told them who I was, and they were like, oh my god.
Yeah, I always think that that's cool. Like the same thing happened when I was at MegaCon, where I had saw one of my mutuals and they were cosplaying as Dio, and I just kept screaming. Like I was all the way on the other side of the room, and I kept screaming Dio as loud as I could. And there was a lot of people in there, and like they looked around, then they kept walking. And I was like Dio, and then like their friend looked around, and then I was cosplaying as Jotaro, so I put my hand up, and then they saw me, and then they came running over, and I was just like, I knew it was you, and they was like, oh my god, Benjamin, like I didn't even know you were going to be here. And I was just like, yeah, man. So I always feel like stuff like that is cool when you meet your mutuals, because when it comes to cosplay,
yeah,
it's like we meet so many people on social media, and it does suck when you go to a convention and you don't get a chance to meet everybody because everybody's doing their own thing and whatnot. So I always try to make sure that I meet my mutuals when I go, but if I don't, please don't want to kill me, beat me up. I'm sorry. I'll catch you at the next one. So I want to ask you now, because like you've done a lot of amazing cosplays. I want to know, give me your top 5 favorite ones that you've done.
Oh. This one is Boa Hancock, Weather Report, Zorro, Dio.
It's like you say that, and then I'm looking at my poster for Stardust Crusaders, and I'm looking right at Dio. It's just funny that you said Dio. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And my 5th one, I don't know. Oh wait, the slideshow just reminded me, Ryuk.
I see. Oh, how did that even get there? I didn't even know that was playing this entire time. The magical TV is just like the one on Pee-wee's Playhouse. It just plays stuff. I didn't even know. I think that's a pretty solid lineup of cosplays. So like I said, you've done so many. And, when I put my JoJo collab together, and when I put the My Hero collab together, I reached out and I was like, Mo, I was like Nick Fury, I need you. And you was just like, let's rock. So I want to ask you, because I just mentioned JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and you know it, and I know it. We both love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you, which part is your favorite part? Who's that cosplayer?
Kaiju Otaku.
I have 2 favorite parts.
All right, let me hear them.
The first one is part 6, and then part 4.
See, Mo, like this is why. This is what I'm talking about, man. Like what us part 4 and part 6ers, like those are the best parts. And honestly, I don't know about you, but they're both like always fighting for number 1. But they are both so good. So I want to ask you the tough question now. If you had to choose to erase from your memory watching part 4 or watching part 6 and starting over again, which one would you choose?
Oh my god. Oh, that is so hard.
I know, right? I ask the tough questions. That is what Benjamin Banks does.
Part 6.
Okay. All right. That just goes to show everybody that's watching right now that Mo loves part 4 more than they love part 6. So the answer to anybody's questions that's always wanted to know. Now you know. So, Mo, I gotta ask you, which JoJo is your favorite JoJo? Which Joestar that is?
Jolene.
Okay, and why is Jolene your favorite?
That is crazy. The picture came up.
How did that? Look, I'm not doing this. I am not doing this at all. But why is Jolene your favorite?
I just love the character development.
Same. It's like, it's crazy. Were you one of those type of people when you first started? Did you watch it or did you read it?
I watched it.
Okay, so were you one of those people when you first started watching it, you was just like, man, like this is whack compared to the other parts, and then it's like, as you continue watching, he's like, dang man, I feel bad for Jolene, man.
Yeah.
So you was one of those people too. Okay, all right. So final JoJo question, or no, two more JoJo questions. I don't know what I mean. Final. Second to last, which villain from the series is your favorite? It can be a major one or it can be a minor one.
It's Dio.
Okay. Now, which Dio? Part 1 Dio or part 3 Dio?
Part 3.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that. I like part 3 Dio. I mean, just the presence, menacing, all that stuff.
It's the menacing that I love.
I'll give you that. I mean, like, I'm looking at the poster again, you know, he's sitting there, you know, with the look, like, I just love it. So I'll give you that. So now, final JoJo question. I want to know, if you could have your own stand that hasn't been in the series yet, what would the stand's name be and what would the ability of that stand be?
I would name it Majestic. It's like a play on words with my name.
Okay, I love that.
In the ability, I would say kind of like All Might.
Okay.
Just like have a bit of everything.
Okay, then let me ask you this, because you just said that. Have you ever played the Persona games?
No, I haven't. My friend was telling me to.
So look, right, in Persona 5, I mean, because it's pretty much just like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right? Like, they have these personas, and the personas are like stands. And Persona 5, you got the Phantom Thieves, and I was just like, if I was a Phantom Thief, my name would be I can't remember what I said my name was going to be. Oh, I think, my name would be Hero, and my stand's not my stand, but my persona's name would be Deku. And like everybody in the game, like, they have like different elemental abilities and whatnot. So Deku will obviously be Wind because of, you know, the attacks that he has and whatnot. So I just love that you said All Might, because when I think about All Might, like, all of the attacks, like, he has the wind attacks and whatnot. So it would be awesome to have that as your stand, you know, especially like hitting that final United States of Smash. Woo. Perfect. So moving along, because we're getting close to the end of the interview, I want to ask you some One Piece stuff. And like, this is one question that I always love asking people who love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and who love One Piece. So I want to ask you, including yourself, give me 5, if you were sailing in the world of One Piece, give me 5 shipmates that you would have on your ship with you, your 5 crewmates. And they can be from both JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and One Piece. So if you wanted to have Jotaro and Zoro on your ship, part of your crew, you can have them. Give me those 5 people that you have.
I have to say, if they were on the ship, they would throw each other off board.
Oh snap! Okay, I gotta hear who it is.
All right, so there's me. I gotta take weather report.
Okay.
Sanji, we need food.
You need food. I mean, well, you can have Antonio too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Sanji a little bit better.
That is true, because Sanji can fight. Antonio can't do nothing. So I agree with you.
And I need 2 more, right?
3 more.
3 more. Robin.
Okay.
I think I would take. This is hard.
I'm surprised that you're not gonna have the two people that's right behind you right now.
But yeah.
Luffy and Jolene.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's a hard question because there's so many people to choose from.
Yeah, I was like deeply thinking.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, look, your boy asked these hard questions because it's just like I didn't interview some of y'all cosplayers, and some people be doing their homework and whatnot, and they think that they just gonna come up here and pull one over on me, and I'm just like, nah, that's not happening. That's not happening. So we're here at the end of the interview, Mo, and I just want to say thank you so much for joining me up here. Final question that I have for you before I let you go. What is some advice that you would give to an aspiring cosplayer that wants to get into the world of cosplay?
I would say just go for it. Don't hesitate on anything. Even if like you're not like professional or anything, just do it in your room.
I mean, that's true. I mean, like a lot of people, they blew up on TikTok because they just did cosplay in their room. And, now that TikTok is coming to an end, it's going to be time to come over here to Instagram Reels because that's where it seems like it's at. So, Mo, that was really solid advice. Thank you so much for joining me. Before I let you go, let everybody in social media land know where they can find you at.
You could find me on Instagram. It's Mo.withnonosuke. And then my TikTok is it's .mo.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Y'all make sure that y'all go and follow Mo on all of their social media accounts. Thank you so much again for joining me up here on a brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer. Y'all know where y'all can find me, your hero Benjamin Banks at KingBenji_Banks on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you all again for watching this interview. And like I say every time, keep that pinky up. Stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Thank you.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.